isn't that?
Where you're missing one.
Oh
That's
my
good. That's
heavens.
good. And painting and doing your artwork. So babies, this is our little 4th Street gang where you're missing.
Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of the Casco Cat Community in Casco Viejo, Panama. A big welcome to all of our supporters and for our tourists alike. We've really had a good outpouring of interest from tourists that come to our community. So this week what we thought we would do is, for people anticipating coming to Panama, is to maybe show a little bit of our community, a little bit more in depth. We will still show our kitty cats this evening. We'll swing by on 4th Street and check out the 4th Street gang. And then we're going to stop in a couple of businesses and we're going to finish up. We're going to go to Super Gourmet today. And then I'll finish up actually talking to Blaine and Yasmina about their business and how long they've been here in the community and how they operate. So anyway, thank you very much, friends, for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe. Please visit our website at www.cascocatcommunity.org. And the more support we have, I think the more content we can start providing. So just let us know what you'd like to see. Please fill in your comments and we'll take it from there. Enjoy the episode.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to come down today and have a look at the theatre and see how they're doing. I mean, it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? And we should actually come in here one day.
Yeah, they don't have it open like they used to. You could, when we first came, before it was so beautifully restored, it was still an amazing building, and the theater's always been beautiful. But you used to be able to go in, and for $1, that was the entry fee, and you just walked around wherever you wanted to, on the stage, in the dressing rooms, upstairs in the ballrooms. It was.
And I'm going to stand over here to see if I can get a complete pan in on it.
It's a shame they don't have it open all the time anymore.
That's magnificent, isn't it? And it really is one of the nice features. So do you think they still allow people to go in and tour?
I don't think so, because there's no door open. Remember, the doors used to be open and you could just walk in, but now it doesn't seem to be an option. I can go knock on the door and see if anyone answers.
Well, I tell you what, it would be, go and see if anyone answers.
Anyone home?
Well, I'm going to look to see if there's a church in the neighborhood, because I've heard there's like 5 churches here. So let me have a look around.
Okay, you find the churches.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you have to look too far.
Oh, look at this. Hey, isn't that nice? We actually did a mass here in the Church of San Francisco.
2019?
I think 19 or, yeah, it was 18 or 19. So he actually came and did a mass here.
18, must have been 18, because
he did a mass here, and he actually walked, he walked from down here, from the palace, and then he came with the President Varela at the time, and then they went into the church.
it is beautiful.
And I'll let the audience know here, as we get a little bit more and more comfortable in doing these videos, we'll actually do the churches and the cathedral one day. And we'll include
We're going to do a church tour?
Yeah, we're going to do a church tour, because it's
not
not
only
only so, you know, tourists will most probably tune in and have a look around and see what we got.
Yeah.
This is Plaza Bolivia. Do you know any?
Boulevard.
Boulevard, okay.
There you go.
Bolivia, I got that
right,
one. Right,
come
Boulevard.
on. If you're going to tell people about it, you got to at least get it somewhat right. Get it somewhat
So
right.
do you have any history on it?
Is this the one? Let's see. Boulevard was one of the freedom from Colombia, Panama.
Oh, that's
Panama's freedom from Colombia, I believe.
And that's when
I should actually, if I'm going to do this, and we're going to do this, we should maybe like go read the plaques first, and then read it at least like we know what we're talking about.
Well,
but we live here so much, we just kind of walk around and take it all for granted, and we don't necessarily know all the details.
All right, so then maybe we should do a plaza tour as well then. So now we've got a church tour on the list. We've got a plaza
Let's
tour.
look at the cute dog.
Oh, look at that guy.
Oh, and there's another cute dog. See, it's not just about cats. We like dogs too. Oh, that place is opened up now.
And then this here, this is the República de Panamá, Ministerio de Relaciones Exterior
I don't think you should do that anymore.
No, I don't think so either.
I think you shouldn't do that. I think you should just like maybe show them and let everyone read it.
All right.
They're probably better that way. They'll learn more anyway.
So this store, this isn't open anymore, huh?
It seems to have closed down. But what used to be here?
What used to be here?
It was one of our favorite restaurants. In fact, it was the first time we came in 2008. It was the place we had dinner.
And how many restaurants were there back then?
About 5, maybe.
5 restaurants total.
But this was, we were here in the time when they were filming the James Bond movie Quantum of Solace. And we ran into some of the crew and we said, where should been your favorite place? And they said, go to Ego in Plaza Boulevard in Casco, which is where we were staying anyway. So. Yes.
And then, what have we got here?
A little pizzeria, tiny little spot called Feeling.
I remember when this opened originally, wasn't it called Forks?
Yeah, something like that.
I think
and it was a tiny little ceviche.
There's a happy-go-lucky person there. I think that's the happiest person in Panama, right there.
And then
I'm glad you smiled.
and then Casablanca.
And Casablanca,
which has been here forever. I think it is one of the 2 maybe remaining restaurants that was here when we first came.
And it's a household name.
And it's a household name. And it used to be another kind of house before.
It was house like of disrepute?
Ill repute?
Ill repute,
yeah.
There we go. So this is where 2 worlds collide, because if you look here, if you step aside, Leanne, if you just step aside, so here we have
we have
a 4 Series convertible BMW, and then we have a nice family out here. They're usually
enjoying this beautiful Sunday.
Yeah, everything's good. Hola.
Hola, hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Ah!
Hola. Oh, here's a new little store.
Oh, swimsuits. That's a great little shop.
Ah, swimsuits.
Yeah,
okay.
Cool.
I think this.
Hola.
I think this might be the first and only swimsuit in Panama. Yeah, it is.
Very nice.
We'll have to come back.
Yeah,
we'll have to come
cute.
back and have a look. Yeah.
Hey, James. Go ahead. Sorry. Let's go in here and say hi to Gabriel. Yeah.
Hey, Gabriel.
How are you?
Yes.
Look at this amazing place.
How's things?
How are you?
Doing good, my friend. Doing good. How's things?
Inspiration.
Look.
Oh my heavens!
Wow.
Look at this.
So, Gabriel, James and I remember you when you were sitting out on the street and painting and doing your artwork and just, little by little you've grown into this.
Well, they were small ones, weren't they?
Yes.
I got, a place to do my paintings and also develop myself a little.
You have.
More.
Your style has grown and shifted, and you just become more expressive with your art than ever before. And this little space has been really a really good place for you.
Yes, I like it.
You get a lot of people walking by here. Everyone's like, what's in here? Because it's so colorful and it's so interesting, and you're always so friendly and inviting to everybody to come in.
Well, this is the most, audience, this is the most authentic gallery in Casco Viejo.
Yes.
This started, and you'd seen in other episodes where we did the plaza and I showed you the plaza. Well, Javier used to start, and he'd start with a little easel and make little photos, and this is what you call entrepreneurial, and he has really took it to the next limit.
Yeah.
I'm so very, very proud of you, my friend.
We're very happy for you, because your work is always so interesting. You just I want to just stare at them and take them all in and know what's going on and what you're expressing.
Yes, I love to hear the people from the time I heard like different interpretations.
Right. So you like to hear what people see in it,
yes.
but what you see in it and what came out of yourself is different sometimes than what people see in them. But art is always an expression.
Always learning to see it is about increase the value of art.
Yes, yes.
Excuse me.
Culture, intellectual.
So,
I
when you
get
come
it.
to Casco,
I
this is
appreciate
really
it a
must.
lot. So
you have to come
that's
and see.
cool.
We look this
We will
way.
see
We're
you
on
again
Avenue
later.
A, and you've seen where
Very,
we stopped by
Gauguin.
Rosa Negra, the Italian restaurant. He is right across the street from there. And if you do come, it is a success story. And well deserved. And it's so exciting to see how well he's done.
Yes, he's such a humble, kind soul.
Yeah, he always has really been serene, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he's always just like rolls with everything.
Ah, what we got over here?
The flat arch,
Ah,
Arco Chateau.
do we want to... I'm not going to start harping on about this because I'll get it wrong and you'll tell me I'm wrong. So,
Do
you
I
want
do
to...
I do that? Do I tell you you're wrong, or do you ever get anything wrong? I'm not sure. Which is it? I
No,
tell you
you
you're wrong,
always-
or you get it wrong.
I
think
get
we
it
more
wrong.
get it wrong.
Okay.
All right. So let's see if we can give a little bit of background. So folklore of this arch, the arch.
Yeah, I know.
not an
I'm going to
arch.
show it right now. I was just
And
trying
I'm
to
not
get...
talking about the front arch. We're talking about the actual flat arch.
Ah, the flat arch, yeah.
Yes, because arches in architecture are actually a very strong support system. So
Okay.
the Romans built all of everything with the arches. So, and they've been around for hundreds of...
So, what's that arch holding up then? Because to me, it's an arch, but it doesn't leak. Structurally, I don't think it's holding anything up but the sky.
Well, not anymore. And structurally, that's not actually a very structurally sound arch because it's too flat. That's why it's called the flat arch.
Okay.
But anyway, folklore. So when the French didn't succeed in building the canal here, the U.S. were coming to determine whether they wanted to attempt putting the canal in here. And folklore has it that they were talking to the officials and they said, you know, the U.S. was talking about, do we have earthquakes and, you know, anything like that that's going to interfere with building the canal? And they were like, no, we don't have earthquakes here because here is proof. This flat arch, which isn't structurally sound, has been here for hundreds of years and it hasn't fallen to this day. So seismically, the ground doesn't move if that arch is still standing. So,
All right, so
that was a decision that helped, or one of the decisions. Folklore, I don't know, I wasn't here.
So can I ask you a question?
I'll try to answer it for you, James.
Okay.
And if I don't know the answer, I'll find out and get back to you.
Well, I would make it up. So what are those big pieces there?
All right.
All right, so I'm trying
a few years ago, the arch actually did crumble.
Oh, okay.
So they have restored this arch, and these are the original pieces that did actually
So let me
fall.
take a shot at this. So when we came here in 2008, they said...
Those weren't there.
I know they weren't, because they said well, it was built for earthquakes, and we don't have earthquakes in Panama. But I think since we've been here, they've had 3.
Oh, yes.
So
Now-
it's a good job that didn't happen in the early 1900s.
And that actually probably did fall in
Oh,
one of
I'm
those
sure it did.
earthquakes.
So if that had happened in the early 1900s, we wouldn't have a
flat arch or a canal.
We wouldn't have a canal.
We wouldn't
exactly.
we wouldn't have had a flat arch or a canal.
Exactly.
So
and
this is another little church, Santo Domingo, not to change the subject, but I'm changing the subject.
Okay.
And it is a religious museum of lots of, not lots, it's small, but one day we'll have to see if we can go in there because
I thought there was only 5 churches.
Did you just interrupt me?
Yeah, I did actually. I thought there was only 5 churches,
That never
but there's
happens.
6. So there's 6 churches.
But this one's not really a church.
You just called it a church.
Because it's a chapel. I'll call it a
okay.
chapel.
So what is a chapel compared to a church?
Smaller? I don't know.
It's a mini church.
Okay, smaller.
A
There we
mini
go.
church. Now,
But anyway,
if the
religious
audience has-
artifacts,
if the-
beautiful. Religious artifacts, beautiful, really nice.
So maybe one day we'll go in there.
Maybe.
So if you can kind of help us and subscribe
Yeah.
and help us.
Actually, if you can do some research on some of these things and you want to type them in the bottom and tell us what all we're getting wrong, that would kind of be fun too.
That would be awesome. And if you
Now
do
you've
follow
got your
us,
assignment.
if you do follow us, then what we'll do, we'll come back and we're going to do the churches and we're going to do everything.
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned. Tell us what you want to see.
Now we're going to get to the cats.
My favorite part.
Yeah. And we all love the cats. And
My
to keep it
favorite
on a
part.
serious note, this is all about cats, but we kind of wanted to add a little bit, some features in it just to make it a little bit more interesting. And you can actually get to see where the cat community lives.
Look. Tina.
So which one's this?
This
Hola,
one's Tina. Hola, hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola. Hola, señor.
Come on, boo-boos.
Hey, how are you? Doing good? All right, so tonight I think what we need
Cassidy.
to do...
Bees, this is our little 4th Street gang. We're missing one. Let's see if we can get her out here. We're missing Cassidy.
All right, and then who do we have here now? I mean, I should know him by name, but I don't.
Yeah,
so.
you should at this point. Okay, so Pookie is the black and white one.
Okay.
Tina is the silver one, or
Okay.
the platinum one,
Yeah.
which is Platina.
Ah, okay.
Tina.
Platina. All
And
right.
then Baby, which is the biggest one. So now kind of a little bit ironic that the biggest one is called Baby, but she was by herself here, and she was tiny, and she used to actually be Screaming Baby, because when we would come up to feed her during the pandemic, she would just be screaming at the top of her lungs. So I named her Screaming Baby. And now she stopped screaming, so she's just Baby.
Yeah, because these were all kittens at one time, weren't they? I remember the black and white one.
Did you know what you just said?
What?
These were all kittens at one time?
Yes.
Of course they were kittens at one time.
Oh, okay. Well,
Goofball.
but the black and white one was the skittish one out of the bunch, right?
Yes, and his name is Pookie, because I call him Spooky, and Pookie is what came out of that.
Isn't there generally more than this?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm missing Cassidy, which is the little one who... Oh, look at you. Look at you. Cassidy! Sometimes she comes from there, and she comes from, or there. So let's see if she comes out. But for now, we'll love on these guys. We'll love on these guys. Right, Pookie? You are not coming. Yesterday it rained like crazy when I was feeding these guys. I actually had to come back because it was raining so hard when I passed through here. And Pookie, being the spooky, scaredy cat that he is, didn't ever come out yesterday. So he's probably hungry. Right, Pooks? Right, Pookie? Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Oh, here she comes. Here she comes, here she comes.
So which one is this one, Leanne?
Cassidy. Come on. Cassie. Come on, girl. So, story about Cassidy.
Okay.
She has been a mother twice, but we recently finally got her trapped and got her spayed. And at one point, something happened to her. No one really knows, but she was hobbling along, and one of her legs was like not doing so well. And she went away for a few days and came back, and her leg had healed, but she still has a little bit of a limp. So she carried it for a few weeks. So I called her Hop Along Cassidy. So that's where Cassidy came from.
Ah, okay.
But this is how the cats on the streets, they just are miracles, really.
So when are we going to go back out and trap? When's the next trapping?
We need to find some more, because there's not very many actually that are in the clusters that we control that are not already fixed.
And you haven't told people that we do this based on donations.
Well, we do everything based on donations.
I know.
Well, donations and out of our pocket. So.
Yeah, actually, if to be all joking aside, it really has been out of our pocket up until this last 3 to 6 months. And there's been some really, really generous people that have helped us. And
so generous. So
yeah.
Thank you to all of those people. You know who you are, and we really seriously appreciate that, really.
And we do. And we have 2 different programs. We have, if you go to our website, website, www.cascocatcommunity.org. We have a couple of programs. We have one that is a PayPal program. Those donations go immediately to the health and welfare, the spay and neuter, and then it goes to our rapid response team. And I know that sounds kind of jokey, but we do have a rapid response team in case
urgent.
One of the cats gets hurt, and then we use those funds to help out there. And then at Blaine's, we have a program when you go to
Blaine's, as in
Super
Gourmet.
and we're actually
in case
going
you don't know Blaine.
I know, and we're going to add that. we're going to actually do the feature tonight with the Super Gourmet. We're actually going to talk to Blaine and Yasmina a little bit about Super Gourmet. So if you go in there's a little poster, and you can actually, we have a program now, buy a bag of cat food. And that will help us to continue do what we're doing. Well, we'll do it regardless whether we get any
donation for that? $15?
$15, but
$15
we're going to still do it regardless, because we've been doing it up for the last several years anyway. So, but it is nice. There's people that go by and they want to help, and they're able to help us. So that's kind of cool. So what I what I think we'll do is we'll stop by Blaine's, and we'll go into his store, and then we'll see if I can get a couple of minutes with him and Yaz to sit down and talk about it. And for our audience here, if you ever do come to Casco Viejo, make sure you stop by Super Gourmet, because it is, and we'll touch on it a little bit, but it is kind
great empanadas, good coffee,
it's
chocolates.
It's the social and economic heartbeat of Casco Viejo.
And again, we were talking about there's not very many original restaurant type businesses left, and he was actually one of the ones that was from the
he was one of the originals. In fact, there was only a few of us that stayed here during COVID. A lot of people took flight and left.
Yeah.
And I would go by there twice a week in the time that I was allowed to leave the apartment. And I would go there, and him and Yaz, I'd be their only customer like at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then when I snuck out in the afternoon.
You did what?
I did sneak out now and again.
Well, you'll have to explain why, because men here during COVID, men and women were separated on our days out. We were allowed out 2 hours a day, depending on the number in our IDs. And women were out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it ended up men could only go out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They weren't allowed out of the house until the next Tuesday. So I would say a lot of people had to do some sneaking out just to keep their sanity.
And that was for 7 months.
It was crazy.
So realistically, men and women would not be out on the streets or in the same stores for 7 months.
It was a different atmosphere here.
So Blaine and Yaz, they kept open Super Gourmet, and they kept it open throughout the entirety. And I think they may have had 3 or 4 customers a day. So I'm glad, and I'm sure when we go in there today, it's going to be busy like it used to be.
They did something amazing though. They didn't have customers in, but they delivered food, and it was like a grocery store. And they really did keep us going and fed and alive during a...
All right, so before we sign off from this, and we sign off from me, and we sign off from you, do you want to identify the cats again?
You want to know them from their backside?
Yeah, but they're turning over here. Look.
Baby,
yeah,
Tina,
yeah,
Cassidy, and of course, Pookie, the scaredy cat.
Oh, scaredy cat. That's where that term came from? Scaredy cat.
Oh, James, you're a genius.
I never knew that. I swear to God, I didn't know that's where the name Scaredy Cat came from.
Oh, James.
Well, I do now, but I know. No.
Can you put a light bulb over your head when you do this? Can you edit that in?
Yeah.
Because that was like a light bulb moment.
Yeah.
That was classic.
The penny dropped. I swear to God, I didn't know that.
Anyway. There's another phrase we should figure out what that really means.
Yeah.
The population from getting out of hand. So they were like, oh, these cats, there's too many, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, yeah, but we actually try to capture them and spay and neuter and then put them back. So have you ever heard of the trap, neuter, return? So that's what we do here. We work with Spay Panama.
That's what we do in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's much.
No, but all of them here, they're 80 to 85% of them are spayed and neutered, so that we don't go crazy with them. But they do have a purpose here, because we have a lot of restaurants and a lot of trash. So they keep the rats and all of the bugs away.
That's what we've seen.
No, we haven't really, because we have the cats, they kind of help.
The cats and the condors, I think, no? Eat some trash, no?
Yeah, these guys?
Yeah.
They eat the trash.
Maybe eat the cats too, no?
Yeah, they could.
The
Some of
little
them.
cats, maybe, no?
Some of them are that big.
No, they don't. They like vultures.
Yeah, they eat more.
Agencies in
They
stuff
eat
that
something
are
that's already
already
dead.
dead.
Yes,
Here
which
we
is
are. Where are we, Leanne?
we are walking up to Super Gourmet, one of our favorite little stomps since the first year we came here in like 2008.
Yeah, I know. This is the first place that we
Yeah.
actually came when we came to Casco.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember, but there was only like five restaurants in the whole of Casco Viejo.
I do remember. I was there.
And this was the meeting spot,
Yeah.
and
Look.
it still is.
Yeah. It hasn't changed much.
So if you ever come to Casco, this is definitely the place that you'd want to come to.
Little.
All right, let's do this.
All right. Let's go in. See how busy they are. Pretty busy.
Are they busy?
Yeah, they're busy.
Oh
That's
my
good, that's
heavens, look at this. I think maybe you should want to go to order from...
What would you like today? Your normal?
I think I'll have my usual.
So lentil soup, and which kind of empanada would you like today?
I'll have the meat one.
Steak?
Yes,
Beef?
steak.
Okay. I'm gonna get the Casco veggie sandwich.
Oh, bien, gracias.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's have a look around. Hola, chica. Bien, gracias too. Hello, Blaine. Look at Blaine over there. Well, the thing is this really is the local convenience store. It is actually the community ground zero for Casco Viejo. So, Keisha coffees, charms, bracelets, essential oils,
Hola,
and
Nivea.
everything here pretty well is made in Panama, which is super, super cool. And totally known for the hot sauces. As you can see, it's busy today, and it normally is busy because they actually do a lot of community work in the community, as you can see by the postings there. If you're traveling through Panama, you definitely want to stop by and come to the deli. So that's it. It's busy time, huh?
Yeah. Did you tell them about the hot sauce?
Yeah, I did. I talked about the hot sauce, but I mean, it's known as the mecca of hot sauces. That and empanadas, right?
And the pie. Oh my God, the pie. And the Panamanian chocolate?
Ah, okay. Panamanian chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone can realize now that I'm not in the movie business, and you're not in the movie business. It's about as organic as you can get doing this video.
It is raw
Hola,
and
chica.
unedited.
How are you? Oh, look, there's the lovely Blaine. Blaine has been there. Actually, Blaine's been here most probably longer than anybody in Casco. There's maybe Arco Properties have been here longer, but outside of that, well, actually, Blaine stayed through the COVID times, and he actually kept the store open.
Yeah.
Most people fled, but he didn't fled.
He fed us a
He
lot.
actually fed us during those times. Oh, look, there's one of our little kiddie posters.
Hi, Blaine.
Hey,
Hiya.
Blaine, how are you?
Say hello to our Casco Cat Community. We've come today for lunch for ourselves and to pick up some food for the kitty cats. So James would like his normal. He wants the steak beef empanada, and you have lentil soup today? All right, so his lentil soup, and I am going with my new favorite,
So
the
Leanne spoke
Casco
about the
veggie
hot sauce,
sandwich.
and this is it. There's a selection, the one there to the
That's
left.
it for me, yeah.
The Bocas is most probably a Panamanian equivalent to the hottest sauce
Thank
that
you,
you
my
most
dear.
probably could find. And then there's a selection of coffees. So anyway, I think we most probably should put the camera away out of respect to Blaine, as everyone is working like a one-armed paper hanger here this morning. If you can notice though, and this is what I really enjoy, there's only a few places left in Casco that actually uses fresh ingredients on a daily basis, and how it is here for empanadas. If you're not able to get here, they'll be gone. And when they're gone, that's it. Nothing comes out of a freezer or nothing goes into a microwave. Everything is made, handmade every single day. And I would guess that's why we're most probably busy. Well, Blaine and the gang here have been big advocates and big supporters of the Casco Cat
James,
Community.
you're going to talk the people's
which we are
ears off.
totally-
Come
Hi,
on.
Nivea. So all good. All right. I guess maybe I should go over and sit down with the lovely Leanne, and then we'll get some lunch. It was all good. Thank you for letting us come into your shop today and to swoop the floor a little bit and identify some of the things that you have on store here. I also wanted to come back and I just wanted to talk to you because you are one of our big supporters in the Casco Cat community, and we're starting to feature a business each week. So as I kind of mentioned to you before we start to do this, if you could tell us a little bit about, this is an iconic store. Yeah. I know it's iconic, so can you kind of tell us a little bit about why it's iconic?
Yeah, most people know us. Our name is Super Gourmet. We opened in 2007. A lot of people, a lot of residents, people that are longtime customers call us Super G. So we have the name Super G, Super Gourmet, the store, the spot. We're called a lot of different things. So been serving proudly the Casco community, like I said, for 16 years. Become a family here. Our cats, dogs, people, customers, workers, tourists. It's just a really nice gathering of what all has been created in this last decade being here in Casco Viejo. So we've come a long way in our community.
Well, you know, when I came in earlier today, this place was rocking. And I go to a lot of different places in Casco and I don't feel the buzz that I did here. And what do you attribute just being so busy? I always see you making, I mean, we know you have the best empanadas, but what do you think brings people back time and time again? And for some apparent reason, tourists just are finding you.
I mean, they have been coming to us for all of this, you know, for 16 years. So we have people that pop in like, I was here in 2008. Oh, I was here last year. I was here last month. I was here 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You're still here. So we get a lot of pats on the back. And
also,
it
will be like people that hear from us, from someone else that came before, and they're like, you have to go there and try this. And then you have to go. So it's many like word of mouth.
Yeah, but I mean, it starts with the word of mouth, but people like to see us. We have a team that's been with us for a long time. We remember the names, birthdays, kids, grandkids, and so it's just that place that people can come to and have that sense of home, you know, sense of well-being.
And I know all your food is local. I mean, it's harvested locally and it comes in.
The girls do everything from scratch. I mean, it's homemade. We use the KISS concept. We keep it simple, stupid. We don't have fancy chefs or anything like that. We have cooks. You know, it's like going to your grandmother's house or going to your aunt's house or your mom's. And we just keep it basic. We keep the same menu. We don't change our menu every 3 months, every 6 months. We have the same menu forever. Every now and then we add something to it, but it's the same. So people can come in and order the same thing that they've been ordering for all these years.
People come like 3 years later and they're like, I just want the
Or they have a
place.
picture of it and they just pick up and they show the picture.
And they
say,
want that empanada,
we want
right?
This.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want this.
So I come sometimes and I can't get an empanada.
No, because I mean, a lot of people reserve them because as fast as the little hands can make them, because they're all done by scratch, they go out. So we have people call in the morning the day before, like, hey, we're going to be in Costco, can we reserve 3 empanadas, 5 empanadas, 10 empanadas, or hey, we want them frozen, we'll take them home and bake them for celebration or guests or friends or family. So yeah, so it goes a lot of ways, but yeah, a lot of sad people come in and said, oh, we came in to get empanada, and like, we're sold out.
Well, just today while you were sitting, I told a customer that we had pineapple and apple.
And
he's
that
like,
was
oh,
it?
I want the apples. And I'm like, you don't want the last pineapple? No. He ate the apples and then he's like, where's the pineapple? And I'm like, it's sold.
Well, I will tell you, I know myself that when you come to Panama and you come to Casco, if you don't come to Super G, you haven't been to Casco. And the one thing I notice when I come in here is everyone is helping everyone with local information, giving them directions on how to go to see things and about going out to the canal. And you actually have local products. I mean, you have like soaps and you have geisha coffee, which we looked at earlier.
To work with local farmers, local artists, from chocolate to coffee, producers to rum to jewelry, a little bit of everything. And that's what makes it fun that we hear from people that's been coming all these years. We always come in to get an empanada or to get a Coke, and we end up leaving with a bag of coffee, a soap, a chocolate bar or something, or we think of someone we want to pick up something for. And with that sort of that shop that has a little bit of everything.
Well, look, I just want to thank you for taking the time out to sit down, and as always, thank you for your support.
Yeah, but you guys too, you know, coming in like today, for instance, and let me pull out of my pocket here. So people see our cats outside, they see our poster, the Casco Cat Community, and people just throw money to us. So they're like, hey, this is for the cats, and now since we have this, so today, let's see, there's 15, 20, 40, 62, so we have $77 that we got today. So some people want to be anonymous, some people leave their name, some people follow us on Instagram, Casco Cat Community Instagram. So our cats are lucky, we're lucky, super gourmet clients.
I'm getting
employees.
goosebumps, Blaine.
Oh, yeah. We're
Yasmina, thank you so much, and everything that you do, and everyone here appreciates
Yeah.
what you do as a business, and also for a supporter in the Casco Cat community.
Come see us Monday through Saturday, 8 to 5. Not doing Sundays at the moment, but Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, bankers hours, and you'll see us walk around because we also live in Casco.
Great.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Yas.